Hello, hello. How you all doing this morning? So I am coming live to you from inside of a new construction home this uh, beautiful Saturday. Let me gather my notes. So it's going to be a pretty busy day today. For me, it's going to be full of nothing but family, because you know the devil tried it last week by doing something to my car. But I said, you know what? I'm not going to let that stop me. I'm going to still come out here and I am going to use my book and show you exactly what I am, what I have been talking about for the last past 20 plus episodes regarding new construction. So those of you all who are new to me, hi, my name is Latosca Asberry, and I am a real estate agent, a writer, and the author of Home Sweet New Home. So I still have my last and final raw copy um, in my hand. And so I'm here to discuss my book designed to help buyers navigate buying a new construction home. So the purpose of the book is to help buyers, whether you're a first time buyer or you are a seasoned buyer, because things change, not far as like the earnest money deposit, the down payment, um, closing costs, and all of those things. Those things are still the same. So it's just a little bit of things that have changed since the last time you bought a home. So I am, here to help you because I know it can be so overwhelming. So that's why I wrote Home Sweet New Home, to provide a comprehensive step-by-step guide that breaks down the process to empower you to turn your dream into a reality. We are here turning dreams into reality, you all. And so today we're going to cover home buying seminars and credit repair agencies. So, um, home buying seminars, I know they are popping up left and right. Some of my realtor friends give them, some of the lenders give them, your local city, they give them. And I keep saying your local city, they give home buying seminars as well. Everybody gives them, put it like that. So everybody, just trying to make sure I'm in frame. So everybody gives them. And I've never been to one. I did want it to plan one, but that doesn't, when you're working with a limited amount of money, so this is authentic. So this is, you're not going to hear somebody or real estate agent saying, you don't have no money. But it takes a lot of work to put those things together because you have to go and find sponsors to help you not put it together, but help you with like the food and things like that, and try to help you market it to the people. So it does take a great deal of work, and so that's what made me I said, you know what, forget it, because you got to find a space. Let's see what else. Like I said, you have to find sponsors, or you can just flat out do it yourself. But having sponsors is good because it takes some of that financial burden up off of you. And so, what I really want to tell you about those home buying seminars that they give, and that's no shade to my realtor friends because I see them. They give them throughout the year, and there's no shade. But the same information that they are giving you is the same information that is in chapter 6. That's the same information. So you can just buy the book, read the book in your spare time. You can save time. You don't have to worry about getting up out of your bed, getting dressed. Saturday mornings is for sleeping in if you can. Now, some people are not allowed that privilege to sleep in on Saturday mornings, but those of you who, have that opportunity, go ahead and sleep in on Saturday mornings. It's just one less thing you have to do. And therefore, by you having home sweet new home, on your this is the countertop. But by having it, let's see, by having it on your nightstand or somewhere nearby, you can just reach over and grab it and read it at your leisure. You don't have to worry about getting dressed, leaving the house, combing your hair, putting on some clothes, putting on makeup. Gotta stop by the gas station to get gas in order for you to get there, to make it there on time. And so, it's just better to just buy the book and read it on your spare time. I remember when I was studying to be a real estate agent, I took my book with me everywhere I went. So, that's including work, so I took it to work. So, I was at work when we had like downtime, things were a little slow. I was like, well, this is the perfect opportunity to go ahead and do some studying. What harm is that going to do? Even when I was in the doctor's office waiting to be called to be seen, I was reading my book. So, basically that book was riding in the front seat with me. Me and my purse was in the front seat and we were riding together. So that book came with me everywhere. And so it's just better to just get the book, save your time. Yes, with the home seminars, you do get to talk to the lender. You get to talk to the real estate agent. So I made sure I put in the importance of working with a real estate agent because I noticed clients tend to run towards the lender first, and then they want to come back and contact the real estate last. No, you need to contact the real estate agent first and foremost, and then we can lead you and guide you to which lender would be better for your situation. Because like when I was telling you on episode 20, we just need to get comfortable with talking about our credit score and our income and to stop using those Credit Karma and Sesame, whatever, those third-party apps, and just go directly to each of the websites. So just go directly to Asberry, go directly to TransUnion, go directly to, go directly to Equifax. Give me a quick second. And so, sorry about that. And so, go directly to the actual sources where people go and pull your credit. So, it's better to leave those third-party apps alone. I know a lot of people are going to tell you, oh, go look at your credit score on Credit Karma, but it's just best to just go through the three major credit bureaus and get your numbers from there. And it's not like you're telling the whole world your business. You just got to get comfortable with talking about your credit score and your income. And so that's pretty much it. I don't know. I guess because technology then came in and they just been made getting information so convenient. It's just best to just go and get the book, you all. Just go and get the book, and you can just read it on your spare time, so you don't have to worry about that. So I already talked to the lenders. I already talked to the builders. I already talked to, I didn't talk to the title companies. That's what I did not do. So I talked to a lot of the builders. I talked to, I talked to home inspectors that I have used in my business. So I've talked to a lot of people. And so that information is in the book, and I promise you all, it's gonna lead you down the right path. So speaking of credit, let's start talking about these credit repair agencies, because I know they are popping up everywhere. Trust me, I know that they are popping up everywhere. And let me tell you something. Not all credit repair agencies or businesses or whatever they want to call themselves, they are not all equal at all. So let me see. I want to make sure y'all stay on point, because I have a lot of videos that I have to make. So if you need help with your credit, contact an agent first, and then they will put you in the hands of the lender, and then the lender will refer you to someone reputable. Because years ago, so when I got into this years ago, someone in the mortgage industry told me about those credit repair companies, I say places, but told me about those credit repair, I don't call them companies, credit repair companies, and said that they just removed the debt so you can get the house, and they put it back on 6 months later. So I'm just letting you all know that they see all of that stuff. In order for them to know, they see all of that stuff. So that right there is not, that's not the way we want to do business. And so, let me tell you. Okay. What is it? So I have a credit repair story. So let me tell you about the credit repair story of mine. So I was working at this Christian hospital, and a lot of things blossomed from this Christian hospital. So before I get to my credit repair story, so I was working at this hospital, Christian hospital. And so it is always the information coming from the patients. It was never coming from your employees, the doctors, the nurses, or nothing like that. Unless it was like medical related, like vitamins and stuff like that, how to get ready for cold and flu season, slash the winter, slash the fall. When temperatures go down, what to do and things like that. They will gladly answer that. But it was always the patients that came in with some stuff like, oh, yeah, that sounds good. So it was a patient. She came in, I can't remember what she came in for, but she was a real estate agent. And I could not even get the registration done for her just telling me about real estate, how, your clients is right here, which is the nurses and the doctors. And as you see on my social media, it says, medical professionals, because, that's who I worked with for a minute and at that time. And so, I remember and I was excited. She had my attention. I was like, oh, yeah. saying, yeah, you can do it part-time. You can still work and do this part-time. I'm like, okay, you have my attention. And she had given me her card, and she said, call me. And, let's talk. And so we talked, and she gave me all the information that I needed to get started. She gave me 3 schools to try, and I tried two of the schools that she recommended. So, I am so forever grateful to her and my brother and my family for being so supportive with me in this industry. It is a roller coaster. I'm not gonna get on here and act like that. This is like selling sunset and all $1 million listings and all of those things like that. It's far from that. They cut out all of that stuff and they show you the good part. And so back to the credit repair story. So another patient came in, and I'm because I'm the registration clerk. And so, AKA the money person. So I was the one that ran your insurance and told you had a copay, a deductible, how much money was you going, to put down towards this bill today. And so people, they didn't right along with the doctor, they didn't like to see me coming either. But it had to be done. The hospital is a business. We have business expenses, payroll, and things like that. And so we was, again, completing his registration, because that was one thing, we had to complete the registration, because that was the money part. That's how the hospital gets paid. So if y'all ever there, at least try to put $5 down, something down. Okay. And so we were just talking about life. And you have my attention when you're talking about life. When you're talking about goofy stuff, all right, Michael Jackson moonwalk, get up out of here. That's just not my thing. But when you're talking about some stuff, that attention grabbing stuff, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah. And I said, I had wrote down in my planner that December 2019, I was going to purchase a house. And I knew that my credit was less than what it took to, you can still get a house. Don't get me wrong. You can still get a house with a score in the 500 range. But you would have to put down more money, and I'll get to that later. Okay, and so I knew that I could still qualify for the house because I had the income, but I knew that I had to fix my credit in order to not have to put down an astronomical amount of money that I did not have nor had access to. And so, I was like, yeah, that'll work, that sounds good. And, and they was like, yeah, you can help the people in your community, all of the stuff that sounds good. And I was like, oh, okay. And so I agreed to meet with him and his coach. He was a coach to him, or mentor, however you want to say that. And so, I was like, well, okay, I'm off on Wednesday. We met up at Denny's. I don't know if I paid for my dinner or they paid for my dinner. And so they were just telling me about the program. I'm like, yeah, pretty much the same stuff that he said when I first met him. I'm like, okay, good. Okay. We go on and here it is, we're talking about money. And so I was like, well, no, I don't have the money at this time, but once I get the money, sure, I will sign up. Okay, so it's time to sign up. I signed up. They wanted me to attend meetings, nightly meetings, 50 miles away from my home. And I'm like, I'm living on the west side of town, and you want me to go way over here at night. Because remind you, this was when, it was right around this time. So when the time gets changing and it gets darker early, and I'm like, no, that's not safe for a young woman to be out on the road at that time of night. you know, it just wasn't my MO. And I wasn't opposed to attending the meeting, but just go ahead and record it and send it to me. I wouldn't mind watching it when I get off of work. I wouldn't mind watching it on my off day. It was like, no, we need you to come out here. I'm like, no, I just cannot do that because when you're working at the hospital, I worked 10-hour shifts and it took everything out of me. I was like, that's the last thing that you want to do when you get off of work is to go sit up, drive 50 miles, go sit up and hear them talk, and then drive another 50 miles back, and then start, get ready to go to your job. And so, no, that wasn't it. No, they did want me to take. So the meetings was on Monday night, and I worked. So I worked second shift. So my shift was from like 11 to 9-ish, depending on how the flow and stuff went. But I tried to make sure I got out of there no later than past 9:30. But yeah, but they wanted me to attend nightly meetings, and I'm like, no, that's a no for me. Go ahead and send me the recordings. I'll listen to it, and if I have any questions, I know how to reach out. Because people don't understand, it is draining working at the hospital. All you want to do when you get home is eat you something and go to bed. And then plus, on top of that, I had a life outside of working at the hospital. And so that was that. Let me see, because I want to make sure I stay on. So I'm in the program, and so you have to get other people. So it's the MLM, and at that time, I didn't have a clue about that stuff. I was just looking at, oh, okay, I can make some extra income. Because that's how they present it to you. You can make some extra income, and I'm like, okay, because I'm out here paying real bills. I wasn't paying Section 8, rent, paying $100 a month. I was paying market rate rent. And so, extra income sounds good to somebody who's paying market rate rent, market rate utility bills. That sounds real good. And so that's what, like I said, it grabbed my attention and it, pulled me in. And so again, so you have to recruit people in, and then when you sell the credit repair to people who need it, and then you turn around and recruit people in, and then they sell to people, and then you make money off of the people. So it's your downline. So you create a team, aka downline, and they go out and do the same thing you're doing, and then you make money off of them. And so I know things take time, especially when you're trying to do repair your credit. It does. It takes time. It takes time. So please remember that it does take time. And so after being in the program for several months, my credit score was not improving. And I'm like, okay, I think I was in the program for like 3 or 4 months, and my credit score was not improving. And I'm like, okay, this is around about the 3rd or 4th month. I should see. I'm not saying that it should jump up to 800, even though as much as I paid for it. I'm not saying it should just jump up to 800, but at least show me that it's going up 5 points, 2 points, 10 points, something that's going to encourage me to continue staying in the program. But that was just not the case for me. And then I even decided, I said, well, you know what, let me check my credit report. And I saw, this story will be continued in my entrepreneurial resistance. Let me get the book right. Entrepreneurial resistance, overcoming challenges in today's business world. So I will talk about that because that was a side business for me. And let's see, repairing your credit is an investment. So it's an investment that takes time. How much is a credit repair? I really don't know. If you're looking to get your credit fixed, I do have a reputable credit repair lady that the lenders do use. Because I got her information, not staying in contact with her too. And I got her information from a lender. And she said, yeah, we work with some of the lenders, and she named the lenders off, and they vouch for that as well. And so I do have a reputable credit repair. And what I like about this credit repair company too is that they offer classes for realtors as well, because we need to know, because we're the first point of contact. And these are some of the questions that people do ask. They ask about, well, what is the credit score? Where do my credit need to be? And if you don't know, you just don't know, and you don't want. I mean, when somebody's in your face, you're looking at them as a potential client, and you don't want to just give them something out of the air. You want to give them accurate information. That's why you need to get this book right here, because it has the information in here. So I made sure to put a credit chart in here. Can I fix my credit? I don't know. Can I fix my own credit? I know that people are selling, let's see, yeah. I know some people out there selling DIY credit repair where you can do it on your own. I really don't know. And what I'm going to tell you from being in that credit repair business and being a client inside of the business too, is that those three major bureaus, I felt like that they were used to seeing them same tired templates. But they give you these templates and you fill in your information and you send it back to them. And I just felt like that they were just tired of seeing them, because everybody had the same template and they just fill it in their information and they just send it into the credit repair. The credit bureau, and it's like, well, if I got 5,000 letters and they all saying the same thing, all it's doing is just saying a different name, social security, address, date of birth, telephone number, and in the debt might be to the same debtor or debt collector or whatever you want to call it. And that sends off alarms to them, and that's why I want to tell you all it's so important to reach out to a real estate agent. Therefore, we can put you in the lender's hands, and therefore they can put you in a reputable credit repair agency, because you can be out here paying, and it might be for the low. So these DIY credit repair courses, they might be $50, but you can take that same $50 and not call the lender first, call the real estate agent, put you, we will put you in the lender's hands, and you can take that same $50 and pay for them to pull your credit, and then they can tell you what it is that you need to do instead of you spending outside money. And I'm not destroying nobody's business, believe. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm just here to share my story, and therefore you can make the best financial decision. Because a lot of that stuff sounds good. I'm not even going to lie. In person and online, all of that stuff sounds good, because that's what draws me in. Because I'm like, okay, I know it takes a minute to fix your credit. And so, this was like 2018, around about the same time. And I said, well, okay, December 2019, I'm going to walk into my house. Because at the time, I loved where I stayed. You got the best of both worlds. It was easy access to get everywhere. It was like 15 minutes away from my job. And I was like, oh, all right, I can get right here in my own area. But I knew in order for me to not have to put so much down, I knew that I had to bring that credit score up. And so, yes, you can still get a house, because I almost forgot about it. You can still get a house in that 500 credit score range. You still can. You just have to put down 10% of that house. So say if the house is $300,000, well, 10% of that is $30,000. That's $30,000. That's your earnest money deposit, which, I do that. I explained that in the book. So that's your earnest money deposit, that $30,000 down payment. Then we're talking about closing costs. And then if you want to bring in, well, what about down payment assistance? You still have to qualify for those programs. Those are not as how they make them out to be. Oh, you can get a house 0 down, fluff. That's just fluff for you to call them, and it's just not going to end well. And so, yeah, you have to qualify for those programs. And I don't believe, now I'm not for sure, because again, I should have stated this before I jumped in. I know I'm outside of my element when I'm talking about credit reports, credit scores, all of that lender stuff. I know I am out of my scope, so I'm just going to make that disclaimer. I am out of my scope. I am a real estate agent, not a lender, and so, but I did consult with some of them, and I did put that information in my book to help you all to get a better understanding, because there's a lot of stuff out here. So, because I look at them too, because they are attention grabbing. Their marketing looks good. And so I go and I look on there, and you're like, well, $50, well, you can go over here and pay the lender, and he or she can pull your report and tell you what it is that you need. I'm just trying to help you save money, because people are out here to take your money, and they really don't care if you get whatever it is that you need. And like I said, getting your credit score up, it does take time. That's why I was so grateful that he came in like he did. I was like, ooh, 12 months, I can get my credit score up. I can work on saving the down payment, or doing down payment assistance like a lot of people talk about. I was just really, really excited about it. But when I noticed, I was like, my credit score is not improving, you all. But I'm going to talk about that in my entrepreneurial book, and more details about that. So just be careful about those credit repair companies. And that's why it's just so important, when you're ready to make that decision, to reach out to an agent first. So we talked about, can I buy a house with a less than perfect credit score? You absolutely can. We talked about that. So let's get over here and talk about the book launch preparation. So it's time to work on the launch day, date, time. You still haven't told me which chapter I should read from. So I have 6 chapters to read from. So chapter 1 is the importance of having a real estate agent. Chapter 2 is choosing your community. Chapter 3 is designing your perfect home. Chapter 4 is building basics. Chapter 5 is protecting your investment. And chapter 6, home financing options. So today we talked out of chapter 6. So I didn't add in credit repair. So I did not put that in there whatsoever, because I'm going to let the lenders do that. So I don't want to give you everything, but the lenders will be able to help you to navigate that process. And I know it's going to be an unnormal process if you need that help, but just follow, you all, just follow what it is that they say, and just remember, credit repair is an investment that takes time. It takes months. It really does. It takes months. And so you just want to work with someone reputable, and just don't leave it all up to the credit repair agency or financial solutions or whatever they want to call themselves these days. You go in to monitor your credit as well. So, like I said, go on Experian, go on Equifax, go on TransUnion, um, and pull your stuff. See what's going on. So just don't let them talk you into, oh, okay, yeah, come join our program, pay X dollars a month. But it is a monthly fee. Because just like my credit repair story, it was a monthly fee. I think it was around like $88 or $99. So I just like to say $100. So it was like $100 a month. And I had to get out because I wasn't seeing any improvement. And what I will say is this, that this company, they really train their people on what to say that will get you off the phone. And because they was like, oh, you have a thin credit file, and which is true. I have a thin credit score. I mean, a thin credit file, which is true. And so the reason why they call it a thin credit file is because all I had on there was the student loans. So it wasn't like I had, and I think I had a few credit cards on there, maybe like one or two. And so it wasn't like I had a lot of utility bills on there. So it wasn't like a lot of major stuff that would weigh down my report. It was just the fact that those student loans were on there, and so it was a thin file. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And I stayed on. But after so long, I was like, you know what? I don't see any type of improvement, in my score. So there was no use of me staying around. And then I will share you this information before I move on. So they went out of business. So I was so glad. I was like, woo, you're not ripping off the Black community. I was so glad about that. I was like, oh Lord, you're no longer ripping off the Black community. Because when you see Black people coming your way, when you see your own people coming your way and they saying, good stuff, attention grabbing stuff, and extra money doesn't sound bad, especially when you pay market rate everything. When you don't have the government taking 90% of your rent, and you don't have these government agencies paying your utility bills, and you don't have the state sending you $500 in food stamps and free health care, extra money don't sound bad at all. It's like, oh, okay, I can take that and go do X, Y, Z. Well, whatever I need to do or whatever I want to do. And so, those things don't sound bad. But I was so glad that they went out of business because they were just so wrong. But again, I will talk about that in my book. So that book will be out 2025. So yes, you all get on over there and pre-order Home Sweet New Home. And so you can get it at a special discounted rate. And so in honor of my going all in anniversary month, you can get a physical copy for $15. You can get a physical copy. So I don't know if I'm going to sign it, but who knows? I might, you just never know. A physical copy of the book for $15. So I'm running that special for this month. So you have up until October 31st to go ahead and put that pre-order in. And like I was been saying, I think I'm just going to do a virtual launch to just make it easy on everyone. But who knows, the plans might change. Because like I said, even like with the home seminar things, you have to find a venue. And some of those venues are not free, unless you go to like the library, or you can use your connections with the title company or the builders that have a online seminar there. And so what I'm thinking about, and this thought came to my mind on the way over here. I was like, you know what? I might do a open house and a book signing at one of the new construction homes. But you all tell me down in the comments, what are your thoughts on me doing a book signing plus an open house? Because I'm like, oh, that sounds feasible because the venue is free, so this will be free, and all I would have to do is just provide some refreshments, which, that's no big deal to me. So I don't know, that came to mind, so let me write that down. That's why I like having these, because open house plus book signing. So go ahead and do that. So, in other book news, I finished my last round of self-editing. So I finished yesterday. So I am done. I am taking my hands off of the book, because it's like the more, and the builder must be talking about me. The publisher agrees with me. It's like the more you hold on to this book, the more you're going to keep making changes and keep making changes, and that is what's happening. I keep removing information, adding information, removing information, because I want to put out the perfect product for you all. I want to provide you with all the information that I can, but without overwhelming, because that's what she did tell me, not to overwhelm the readers, because they didn't want to finish it. So I'm making sure not to do that. So the beta reader got back with me with her feedback. It wasn't harsh, but we was on the same page with some specific chapters. She saw some things that was just being repeated, and I was like, okay, I agree with you too, because I was like, that's a conclusion there, that's a conclusion. Okay, let me go ahead and fix that. So the pre-orders are coming in, you all. So up earlier this week, the pre-orders started coming in. So I had a delightful conversation with the publisher. And so I'm gonna go ahead and say her name. Her name is Christian. So instead of just keep saying the publisher. So me and Christian, we had a delightful conversation. We went over the final details for the book. She sent me the book blur. It was good. She sent me over the book cover. I released that on I'm gonna say my YouTube page. I released that on my Instagram page, so go check that out. And I think I put it on my Facebook page. I'm not for sure about that, but it is out there on my Instagram. And so, and I asked author-related questions, so I made sure, you want to try to get all the questions in before she goes in there and does her final editing. And so, I really did. I really, really, really enjoyed our conversation. It was very good. She gave me pointers on these events and stuff. Just have a strategy plan together for me going out and reading books, because it does make sense. You don't want to go out there and order 100 copies, because you have to pay for those copies up front, and you don't want to go to an event and they're selling hair, popcorn, candles, hair, lashes, and then here you are over here with a book. No one's going to do that. I know how my people are. We'll look at that and we'll keep on walking, and we'll go over there and we'll buy stuff like that. So and so let me rephrase it again. I know how we can be. We'll look at the person, the odd person selling the books, but that doesn't appeal to us. And so we'll go over here on this side right here and spend money over there. Because like I was invited to be a part of an event. And I got to thinking, I was like, well, I don't know how that's going to benefit. But I did have, I was like, well, no, my book is not going to be ready by that time. And I'm like, no, that's I don't know how that's going to work. Being at a generalized event, and she's just telling me, just stay with book related events, and then by me being a real estate agent, I can, go that route as well. So we really did. We had a great conversation, and was just telling me to, make more videos and things like that. So just the same thing like in my real estate business, just make more videos. Thank you all so very much for your support and believing in Home Sweet New Home. Together we can make the dream of home ownership accessible to more people. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video for more updates. And let me get over here and see what questions and stuff we have. Hello there. Thank you, Brandon, for coming on in. Thank you so very much. You are well educated. Thank you so very much. Where can I find this information? So the information to pre-order the book will be at the bottom of this video and also on my main wall. So it's the first link that says pre-order home sweet new home now. And so later on today, I am going to be uploading a video on how to use Home Sweet New Home. So as you know, I am in a new construction home now. Y'all go ahead. Oh, thank you for hitting that like button. Thank you so very much. I didn't have to, I forgot to mention it in the beginning. Thank you all so very much. And just show you all how to use the book. So I just don't want to put the information out there and not show you examples, because there will not be any pictures in the book besides myself. So we decided to put, I think we decided to put one or two graphics in the book, but the book is going to be in black and white, so there will be no pictures. And so that's why I decided on yesterday, since I wasn't able to do it last Friday, to go ahead and take you all out to a new construction home and show you all what it is I am exactly talking about, not just talking about it, but actually show you. Far as the home buying class is, if you choose to go down that route with the home buying class, you need to attend that before purchasing the home. Before purchasing the home, or you can just simply pre-order Home Sweet New Home, exploring new construction for modern living, and you can omit going to that class all around, because like I've been saying, those classes, you're going to sit up in those classes maybe an hour or two. And yes, you will have access to the lender and the real estate agent there. But why inconvenience yourself? Save your time. You can just read this book in your leisure time. Read it at work. Well, you know what? I wouldn't recommend reading it at work, but who knows? Because it's like, people know your business. Oh, you looking into getting a new home. So I just recommend you reading it on your leisure. It's just something about when you start getting new things just start falling all apart, especially at work. And so, I don't recommend reading it there, but I do recommend reading it at home, taking it with you everywhere you go. So if the kids have practice, go ahead and read while you're out there watching them practice. So let me get on out of here because I got about 3 more videos that I need to make. So thank you, and see you in the next episode of Black Pen.